as Ismail Assar comes away with the ball. I think that's Kanate he's got for company, but Ismail Assar beats him. And he's into the Aston Villa penalty area. Josh Sargent's there with him. Ismail Assar strikes and scores. It is an early goal for Redmont Rangers. We almost found it a couple of minutes earlier through Josh Sargent, but it's actually Ismail Assar that breaks the deadlock within 10 minutes. We have 3 very difficult games to get to in today's episode of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on EAFC 24. I think today's episode could be the single most difficult one we have faced yet. We have a home game against Aston Villa, which we are going to play. We then have games against Liverpool and Man City to quick sim. We currently find ourselves in 15th place in the Premier League, and we are currently 8 points off relegation. However, considering the difficulty of the opponents today, we could well find ourselves in a relegation battle come the end of the episode. So this is how Aston Villa are going to line up. Emi Martinez in goal still. Kanate and Rudiger are the centre-back pairing for Aston Villa, so very, very strong there. Louis Barry, former Redmont Rangers loanee, starts on the left wing. Evan Nilsson and Fontaine, looks like a youth academy product up front, and Diaby out on the right-hand side. So Aston Villa have kept hold of a couple of real-life players, added a few new additions, and have been, active in the promoting youth players up to the first team. So should present a pretty difficult test for us today, I would imagine. I think this is the game that we are most likely to get a result in, and that's why I've chosen to play this one. I think I've already we're giving the ball away at the back. We did this, well, we've done it consistently this season. Good challenge from Jesse Cartwright. We cannot invite that pressure so early. Just as I'm saying as well, I think this is the game that I think we're most likely to get a result in, and immediately we give the ball away at the back. Really, really poor. However, as I was saying, I think this is the game that we are most likely to get a result in. I'm pretty much resigned to losing to Man City and Liverpool. So I figured play against Aston Villa, at least try and get something here. Josh Sargent in the box looking to get something early. Emi Martinez makes a save. But a positive start for Redmont Rangers. Ismail Assar with the ball in. Josh Sargent took it first time. And it's a big save from the Aston Villa keeper to keep things level early. It's going to be Alex Petit to put the corner in. We will find Denzel Dumfries, who gets a header on target. Saved by Emi Martinez, though, comfortably on this occasion. Well, one from Bali Mumba. And Christian Caceres lays it off to Arthur Armstrong, who gives the ball away for a second time. So we are going with the 5-2-3 formation. Bobek continues in goal. We have got Denzel Dumfries, the loanee, at right wing back, as Ismail Assar comes away with the ball. I think that's Kanate he's got for company, but Ismail Assar beats him. And he's into the Aston Villa penalty area. Josh Sargent's there with him. Ismail Assar strikes and scores. It is an early goal for Redmont Rangers. We almost found it a couple of minutes earlier through Josh Sargent, but it's actually Ismail Assar that breaks the deadlock within 10 minutes. I've said in recent episodes I need to work on my one-on-one dribbling situations. I need to get a skill move or two in the Arsenal that I can pull out in situations like that. And that's exactly why Ismail Assar beats Kanate on the left, drives into the box and fires home. It's 1-0 Redmont Rangers, 8 minutes into the game. Not the start to the game I was expecting, to be honest, but it's certainly one that I'll take. Still a long, long way to go, but a very positive start. If we could get 3 points from this episode, I would be more than happy. So if we can beat Aston Villa, and those are the only points that we get today, I would certainly settle for that. Denzel Dumfries into the box. Emi Martinez makes a save. Dumfries can't get a second shot off. It is all Redmont Rangers at the moment, though. Denzel Dumfries driving down the right-hand side. Nobody's put a stop to his run, so... Like Ismail Assar, he continued into the box. Ismail Assar's there at the back post. Josh Sargent can't win the header. Caleb Taylor recycles to Jesse Cartwright. Christian Caceres wants it. Doesn't get it. It was a poor pass from Caleb Taylor. And Bali Mumba's going to be there. Really good pace from the left wing back. Bobek's just going to fire out to this right-hand side in search of Alex Petit, who he finds. Denzel Dumfries inside to Josh Sargent. He needed to make a run across the defender there rather than behind him. That's what Denzel Dumfries was expecting. Bit of a miscommunication there. Alex Petit drives forward. Josh Sargent wants the ball, but Alex Petit can't really find the space to cross at the moment. He does twist and turn. Thought that was going to drop onto Josh Sargent's head for a moment. But Aston Villa do clear and they come away down the Redmont Rangers left. Work the ball inside now where Christian Caceres is there to meet the Aston Villa attacker. And it's Denzel Dumfries eventually who cuts it out. Arthur Armstrong, that's a rash challenge from the Aston Villa defender. Bali Mumba clips it forward to Ismail Assar. Konate too strong on this occasion though. Ismail Assar does well to harry him. Does go out for a throw-in, but it will be an Aston Villa one. Josh Sargent applying the pressure early and high up the pitch. Christian Caceres doing the same. Good long ball forward up to the Aston Villa front line though. And Diaby comes away with it on the right. They do have an overlapping run, so Ismail Assar's just going to have to tuck in here, which he does well. Arthur Armstrong there to meet the lofted ball, and Ismail Assar just clears. That's absolutely fine in that situation. Great challenge from Josh Sargent. He's got all of the ball there. He's got all of the ball. I'm certain of it. Referee not so certain. Gives a free kick to Aston Villa. We need to defend sensibly. We need to keep our shape. We need to avoid making mistakes. If we do that, I fancy us to get something out of this game. So it has been a very positive start. Oh, Aston Villa work it well though. Strike from range. Alexander Bobek parries. Bali Mumba can't keep it in. It's going to be an Aston Villa corner. It's Fontaine, the youth academy product from Aston Villa. Denzel Dumfries wins the header. Good strong defending there from Dumfries. Jamie Shackleton cuts it out well. And Ismail Assar comes away with it. He's going to use his pace to get away from the Aston Villa man in spite of the foul. And Bali Mumba is up in support. Josh Sargent makes a run. Again, Bali Mumba's not going to be able to find space for a cross just yet though. Instead he cuts it inside to Ismail Assar. Josh Sargent is there. Strikes towards goal and parried by Ismail Assar. By Emi Martinez. The shot just far too close to the goalkeeper. Good reactions from Martinez, but Sargent should be putting that beyond doubt. That should be 2-0 Redmont Rangers without doubt. Dumfries in there again. Ismail Assar brings it down. Alex Petit still in a good position to cross, which he will. Jamie Shackleton's in the box. I feel like Denzel Dumfries, for some reason, has replaced Josh Sargent on corners. Sargent used to be the man in that position. And now Dumfries has kind of taken his spot, which I'm not really sure why that would be the case. But Dumfries not as good in the air as Sargent. Jamie Shackleton cuts out. A bit of a loose pass there from the Aston Villa man. Bali Mumba to Arthur Armstrong. And we'll just work the ball across the back line here. To Caleb Taylor, to Denzel Dumfries eventually. Aston Villa beginning to press a little more aggressively now. We've worked around it well though. Bali Mumba's in space. Ismail Assar into that channel. He's going to lift it into the box towards Alex Petit. Christian Caceres is going to be able to bring it down. Can't quite get a strike. off towards goal, though. Jamie Shackleton, Alex Petit, well worked. Denzel Dumfries is going to be the one to cross, though. Josh Sargent could be offside. I don't think he was. The header is on target. It's saved by Emi Martinez. I was expecting the linesman's flag to go up. But I think if that was either side of Emi Martinez and that was in the net, I think that would have counted. Aston Villa away on the right-hand side again with Diaby. Barley Mumba thankfully has a decent amount of pace. And he does well just to corral Diaby there. Good block from Jesse Cartwright. Gonna have to go and meet Douglas Luiz on the edge of the box again, though, and he puts in a foot. Really, really good challenge from Jesse Cartwright. Does step up and gives the ball away to Douglas Luiz again, though. Really good defending in the first instance, but really poor in possession in the second. And it gives Aston Villa the lead. Not the lead. Gives Aston Villa an equaliser. Oh, it was such a good tackle by Jesse Cartwright. And then he stepped up into midfield and gave the ball back. Oh, that's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. Aston Villa level. It's Redmont Rangers 1, Aston Villa 1. Against the run of play as well. They don't deserve to be level. And Jesse Cartwright, still a young player. A little bit of an experience there. He's done so well to win the ball back. He just needs... I mean, he's done all the hard work. He really just needs to secure that by putting the ball into a safe area. Instead, he stepped up into midfield. I mean, you can forgive him for wanting to keep possession to some extent. But you have to make sure. You have to put it somewhere safe. That has to be the priority. Keeping possession should be a secondary objective. Make sure the ball is safe first. Good challenge from Caceres. Again, we give the ball away, though. I think it's actually going to be an Aston Villa free kick, and it's in a dangerous, dangerous area. Jesse Cartwright could do with being on the end of this wall. And it's a spectacular free kick. In a matter of minutes, we find ourselves 2-1 down. Douglas Luiz with the free kick. Right into the top corner. Nothing Bobek could have done to stop that. But we've gone from 1-0 up to 2-1 down in a matter of, I think, maybe 5 minutes. Alex Petit doesn't even jump. He's the smallest man in the wall. Doesn't even jump. And we have gifted Aston Villa not only an equaliser, but eventually the lead. Really, really poor. Really, really poor 5-minute spell for us. And it could really cost us in this game. I do fancy us to score again before the end of the game. But we're going to have to score twice if we want 3 points. And I think we're going to do well to just get a single point at this stage. Oh, it's such a promising opening 20-25 minutes or so. And the game is just completely turned on its head now. Ismail Assar picks up the ball in midfield, though. Jamie Shackleton's in a good position, but Ismail Assar can't find him. Ismail Assar looking a bit more dangerous in recent games. He looked fairly sharp when we initially bought him, but the final product wasn't there for him. He would get into good positions, but just the final pass, cross, shot, that kind of thing was lacking. But, oh my God, and Aston Villa could be through here. How has this possibly happened? Caleb Taylor comes across. Thank God Caleb Taylor has some pace. I have no idea how we were left so exposed there. And Ismail Assar into injury time. Up to Christian Caceres. And the defender, I think it was Konate, made a complete hash of that. Douglas Luiz back in position to cover for him, though. And we could still have an opportunity for one last chance here in this second half. Not like that, though. Awful pass from Alex Petit. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful pass. And it is going to be half-time. 2-1 to Aston Villa. I don't know how this game got away from us in this first half. We were 1-0 up and we were looking comfortable. And then a Jesse Cartwright mistake allows Aston Villa back into the game, and then A really good free kick. Sees them go ahead. They've had more possession. I feel like we've had the better chances, though. I'm going to go straight back out to the second half and try and put in a similar performance. Because the performance itself in that first half was good. It was better than I was expecting, to be honest. And like I said, I do fancy us to score a second goal. So if we can go out and play the same that we did in that first half, but maybe just avoid those mistakes that I said we would need to avoid, potentially we can still come away with something here. Good run forward from Jamie Shackleton. He has done well in that more forward-thinking role today. It's not his usual position. And it might be one that he cedes to Matthew Garbutt before too long. But he has done well, Jamie Shackleton. He's found himself in some good positions high up the field today. Caleb Taylor comes across and deals with that really well, and the ref blows his whistle. How is that possibly a foul? How is that possibly a foul? It's a really, really soft one. Caleb Taylor wins the header. That was put into a dangerous area. Josh Sargent lays it off to Jamie Shackleton. Barley Mumba. Josh Sargent's made a great run. Has Barley Mumba found him? Emi Martinez is out, and it does just bounce into the penalty area. We could have been in there. It was a really good ball from Barley Mumba. Just a little bit too much on it. And Barley Mumba could come away on this left-hand side. Ismail Assar doesn't step up to... Josh Sargent wins the ball. Off the Aston Villa centre-back. Doesn't fall kindly for him, though. Bit of an awkward bounce. And it just allows Aston Villa to get back into their shape. Josh Sargent was almost in behind there. I think it was Rudiger who gave up the ball to Josh Sargent, just being out-muscled, really, by the Redmont Rangers striker. And Aston Villa keeping hold of the ball well on the Redmont right. Alex Petit putting a foot in but can't win the ball back. I think we're going to make a change next time the ball goes out of play. And I think not only are we going to make a substitution, but I think we are also going to step up into our attacking game plan. Ismail Assar, again, away on this left-hand side. Josh Sargent is inside him. He's into the box. It's got to be a finish, and it is. Josh Sargent levels it for Redmont Rangers. Ismail Assar scored the first goal. Set up the second for Josh Sargent. Stole the ball away on that left-hand side. Just played the ball into Josh Sargent. Rudiger not quick enough to come across and close Josh Sargent down. It's actually Konate. Rudiger was the one chasing. And Emi Martinez comes out and makes himself big, but not big enough to prevent the shot from flying past him into the net. I think we will make a change here. I don't think we'll step up into that attacking role, though. Or into that attacking game plan. I do want to put Weber into the game at some point here as well to make his debut. However, for now, it will be Jamie Shackleton off, Matthew Garbutt on. I am still looking to win this game. We're not going to press too much to get the 3 points. And I think, if anything, we're more likely now to drop into our defensive game plan than our attacking game plan. However, we're going to have to deal with this first. Caceres is there, puts in a good challenge. Again, though, ball just falls to the Aston Villa attacker rather than the Redmont defender. Jesse Cartwright does exactly what he should have done earlier. Makes the good challenge and then just makes sure the ball goes to a Redmont Rangers player. Denzel Dumfries up, Matthew Garbutt inside. What a ball that is. It's actually Josh Sargent. Thought it was Matthew Garbutt up from centre midfield for a moment. Oh, and Josh Sargent steals the ball away and the linesman gives another free kick. I'm so incensed I can barely get my words out. Some of these fouls have been so soft in Aston Villa's favour today. Josh Sargent's just muscled him off the ball, just eased him off. I mean, it's barely even a shoulder tackle. He's just eased him off the ball there. The Aston Villa defender just nowhere near strong enough. I mean, that was more of a foul than what Josh Sargent just did. Louis Barry going to come off then. I don't think I've said his name since we saw the starting lineup for Aston Villa in the pre-match report. I don't think he's really touched the ball almost at all today. Barley-Mumba out on this left-hand side. We do know Moussa Diaby has a lot of pace, so don't fancy our chances of taking him on one-on-one. Denzel Dumfries, if he could make a run into that space, we could get a cross in towards Josh Sargent or somebody on the edge of the box here, like Matthew Garbett. Blocked by the Aston Villa defender and claimed by Emi Martinez. So I'm certainly still looking to win this game. However, I would be happy enough with a point. I would rather take a point and make sure we get it. Josh Sargent, just can't quite bring that under his control. I would rather make sure that we get a point and just be happy with that than push too hard for a win and end up losing the game. Nicely worked between Alex Petit and Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries tries to get a cross in, took too much time to do it. And again, blocked by the Aston Villa defender. Matthew Garbett's going to be first to this one though. Alex Petit, Christian Caceres now. Ismail Assar on that left-hand side, but Caceres can't find him. We'll recycle with Caleb Taylor and Jesse Cartwright. Barley-Mumba out on this left-hand side. Ismail Assar in a good position up ahead as well. Douglas Luiz puts in the challenge and Aston Villa could be away. We need players to drop in. I think it could be... And Aston Villa away on this left-hand side. I think it could be... I'm trying to get this sentence out, but Aston Villa just keep on playing good passes and interrupting me. I think it could be the time to drop into our defensive game plan. Ismail Assar again beats his man. Matthew Garbett in a good position. Can he just hold it for long enough for Ismail Assar to cut inside? He can. Ismail Assar gets the shot off, and what a shot it is. Saved by Emi Martinez. Really, really venomous strike from Ismail Assar. Low and away to Martinez's left. It went through bodies as well. Martinez has done well to get across and make a stop there. Will be another Alex Petit corner, and we're going to try and aim for Jesse Cartwright all the way at the back post here. It's going to be low and flat with a lot of power on it, and it's actually Ismail Assar towards the near post. I think Alex Petit just doesn't have the power to get it where we need it to be. Yeah, his power's only 59. Let's have Ismail Assar put the ball in. Again, we're going to aim for Jesse Cartwright or Josh Sargent towards the back post. And again, it just goes towards the near post. That was almost full power. Caleb Taylor lunges in on the edge of the Aston Villa box. Bit of a loose touch by the Aston Villa man there. Alex Petit cuts it out. Another loose pass. Denzel Dumfries up ahead, but Alex Petit can't find him. Again, I feel like it's all Redmont Rangers at this stage. Josh Sargent, Matthew Garbett inside. Cut out by the Aston Villa defenders. They did well to take away the inside option there. I feel like if there's going to be a team to score again, it's going to be us. Christian Caceres pressing high up the field. Alex Petit coming across to do the same. Trying to force Aston Villa into a mistake here. They work it out with the press well there. We weren't really coordinated enough with our press. And we just allowed them to slip through, really. Matthew Garbett can't control the ball for long enough to make anything happen. Caleb Taylor comes across. He's beaten though by Fontaine. Good positioning from Caleb Taylor though. Doesn't prevent the pullback, but Alex Bobek is equal to the shot. Barley-Mumba on this left-hand side. He's got Diaby for company. Ismail Assar up ahead of him, but too many Aston Villa defenders in the area. Matthew Garbett this time. Caleb Taylor. Arthur Armstrong wants it on the left. Barley-Mumba. Christian Caceres. Barley-Mumba outside him. He's going to be able to put a cross in towards Josh Sargent. Too close to Emi Martinez though. Pressure is mounting. Well won from Denzel Dumfries. He's very good in the air. Denzel Dumfries. And we are going to make another change or two here. Not entirely sure what I want to do. Christian Caceres is having a good game, but I feel like we could do with some fresh legs in midfield. And I'm also going to bring Brendan Clark on for Alex Petit. Again, just fresh legs, a bit of pace on that right-hand side. Samson Tavide likely to make an appearance at some point as well. Matthew Garbutt gives it away in centre midfield. Jesse Cartwright's going to have to step up and slow the Aston Villa attack. He does manage to slow it, but he doesn't manage to put a stop to it completely. I want a little more juice out of Ismail Assar before we bring him off. It could well be Ismail Assar that makes way for Samson Tavide. Brendan Clark tries to beat his man on the right-hand side. Can't do it. Denzel Dumfries has been beaten though. Caleb Taylor comes across and deals with it excellently. Really, really well. And Denzel Dumfries is away. Bit of a risky pass from Brendan Clark. But it does come off and Denzel Dumfries is away on the right-hand side. We need Josh Sargent in the box. Instead he's on the edge. Ismail Assar is there. Can't win the header. And Moussa Diaby is now away on the Aston Villa right. This is exactly what we need to be wary of. Aston Villa's pace on the counter-attack. Bali Mumba. Aston Villa have a 2-on-1. So Webber comes across to help out. Jesse Cartwright wins the header. Josh Sargent follows up. And Matthew Garbutt can come away now. It's end-to-end in these last stages of the game. And again, Matthew Garbutt gives it away. Brendan Clark had made a really good run. And Aston Villa into the Redmont penalty area. Denzel Dumfries defends well on this occasion, though. Matthew Garbutt away on the right-hand side. This really is end-to-end. It's Rudiger. Garbutt for company. Josh Sargent up to press as well, as is Brendan Clark. But again, Aston Villa work round it well. And went to injury time. Didn't realise it was quite that late in the game. I'm actually going to drop into ultra defensive. I thought we had a bit longer than that left. Great challenge from Matthew Garbutt. Get up. Get the ball. Great challenge again. How is that possibly a free kick? How is that possibly a free kick? I don't understand. We haven't had a free kick all game. There hasn't been a single foul from Aston Villa. I'd like one last opportunity. I think Aston Villa are going to get it though. Aston Villa inside. Webber comes across. Caleb Taylor comes across. Can't deal with it. Jesse Cartwright with a fantastic block. Aston Villa are going to have a corner late in the game. This is the game, really. The game is on the line here. Douglas Luiz over to take it. It's into a dangerous area, but really well won. I think that was Caleb Taylor. Not sure how long is left on the clock. No time at all. The referee blows his whistle. I said I'd be happy with the point at various times throughout the game, but I can't help but feel as if Aston Villa have got away with one there. I feel like we had the better chances in that game. And I feel a little hard done by that we didn't get all 3 points. We did score 2 goals against Aston Villa, which, I mean, is something of an achievement in itself. They're a good side. We did have more shots than them despite less possession. I think we do ultimately have to be happy with the point, especially when Sheffield United lose and Burnley draw. So, at the very least, we are maintaining our distance from the relegation zone, and even in extending it over some teams down there. So, I mean, if we can come away with another point from either of these next 2 games, I think 2 points from these 3 games would be really, really good. I don't really see it happening, though. Liverpool at Anfield, and then hosting Man City at Redmont Arena. We're going to have to make some changes to the 11 as well. I don't really want to, just because I want to give us the best possible chance of getting a result, but just some players need to come into the side. Warren O'Hora's barely played. Nathan Baxter's barely played. Tavide and Scarlett really have barely played. Trippier probably should even be in the side somewhere. And Lewis Baker, I guess, can make the bench. So a heavily rotated 11 here for Liverpool. So I would be even more surprised if we came away with anything. Morton in midfield is a guy that we've looked at in terms of a potential signing. And he starts at CDM for Liverpool today. So let's see if we can get anything at Anfield. We are close to getting a result. Tavide scored in the 83rd minute, but Rodrigo grabs the win for Liverpool late on. So to be expected there, a defeat at Anfield. And if we could just grab a point, somehow grab a point against Man City at Redmont Arena, I think we would have to be very pleased with the outcome of this episode. Our manager rating has taken a bit of a dip though. Slight run of form that is, you know, that's not been so great. And the manager rating for the first time this season hits orange. It's been green the entire time. We're going to rotate the 11 again for this game against Man City. We're going to put our strongest 11 out there and really try and come away with something, anything from this game. O'Hora will come out for Armstrong, and that's probably going to be the only other change. Dumfries, Taylor, Cartwright, Armstrong, Mumba, Caceres and Garbutt, Petit, Sargent and Sarr is our strongest 11. I will put Webber on the bench, and Scarlett can stay there since Tavide did get a run out in the last game. So, Man City currently on 52 points. I think potentially they're top of the league. They are top of the league by 2 points over Arsenal and Spurs. So, we need to get a point against top of the table opposition. Not exactly a... I mean, it's a tall task. Let's just put it that way. But the important thing is to perform. We will keep trying to win games, including this one. We will try and win it. We'll have to give everything if we're going to get anything from the game. You have to give everything to get anything. That's the message from Hans Newman ahead of this game. Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri still there, Gvardiol, Ruben Diaz, Kabore in at right back, Edison. So this team is very, very similar to the Man City team in real life. Here in Season 5, we lose 3-1 to Man City. Alex Petit scores, Kevin De Bruyne scores, but 2 early goals from De Bruyne and Haaland gave Man City an unassailable head start in the game, I guess. So it's just the single point. The squad is incredibly unhappy. So we're going to have to try and raise their morale a little bit here. And going forward. We did our best. Now we have to improve. So, just the point from the episode. And I think we can't be too unhappy with that, just considering the opposition that we played. Like we said at the beginning, probably the most difficult episode of the entire series so far. And we did manage to come away with a point, which probably, to be honest, is one more point than I thought we would get. A little bit disappointed just since the Aston Villa game, I feel like was there for the taking. But if we take a look back at the past, like, really 2 or 3 months, our form has not been great. Just a single win in December, just 2 wins in January, and no wins at all in February. So 3 wins in the last 3 calendar months is not a great return. And that leaves us in 15th place in the table, 8 points from danger. So exactly where we began the episode. So we have, at the very least, avoided being dragged into a relegation fight, which is what we thought could potentially happen by the end of today's episode. But Burnley continuing to play poorly as well, losing to Bournemouth. Sheffield United also losing. Wolves losing to Arsenal there. Wolves lost also to Aston Villa. Bournemouth beat Sheffield United. Burnley did get a result against Nottingham Forest. But Wolves lost to West Ham. Burnley only drew with Leeds. Manchester United beat Sheffield United. So at the very least, those teams below us are doing at least as poorly, and if not more poorly than us, which is keeping us ahead of the relegation pack for now. So as we move into March, we have just 2 games on the schedule for now. I imagine that will change as we move into March. So we will make our decision about which games we'll play when we arrive at Arsenal. If it is still just these 2, then I think Wolves in the next month would be possibly the team to play. Where are Fulham in the league as well? Because it could be that we play Fulham. Fulham are in 13th. So I think just adding to Wolves' misery could be the way to go in the next episode. So we will see if the calendar changes ahead of the Arsenal game. If not, we will play against Wolves. But regardless, we will look forward to that in the next episode. I hope to see you there. Take it easy.